Our first guest tonight is a Grammy-nominated musician and actress. She's hosting the People's Choice Awards, which air Sunday, November 15th. Please welcome back to the show, Demi Lovato. How are you, Demi?
I'm so good. It's great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing really well, and I was happy to hear that, a lot of people have been using this time that we're separated from a lot of friends and family to do different things, and I've heard that self-help, self-improvement is one of the ways that you've been spending your time.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the beginning of quarantine, I got really into meditation actually. And I started meditating more. It was something that I had kind of done in the past, but not really made a lifestyle out of it. And now I've started meditating. I kind of came up with this new philosophy that I'm never bored. I never have to worry about being bored because I can always meditate no matter where I am or what I'm doing. So that's helped me a lot. And then also just building better relationships with my friends and family and even my dogs, getting to walk them is something that I didn't get to do when I was working so much. So this quarantine has been a nice little experience for me to get to know myself better.
I'm so glad you've been using it to such positive effect. I also want to talk about something you used your time for. You wrote a song called Commander-in-Chief, which is basically sort of a letter to the president. How did it come about that you wanted to express yourself that way?
Well, I was in the studio with a few friends of mine, and we were coming up with concepts, and we were just thinking, we were like, what are some songs, I was thinking about the music that's out there right now, and I was like, why isn't anyone talking about what's happening? And, in the 60s and 70s, when anything political would happen, music was such a key element to help people process it and get through it. So I was like, I really need to step up my lyrics and make it about something other than just my life. And so I started making more music that is less about me and more about the broad scope of what's going on in the world. And one of the songs that we came up with was Commander-in-Chief, and it was inspired by Pink's Dear Mr. President, when back however many years ago that came out, and I wanted to do a newer version.
That's really, really cool that you did that. And then I'm wondering, because of that and because of the sort of perspective that you show in that song, were you excited on Saturday? Did you get out? Did you dance in the streets, so to speak?
So I was actually in Mexico, and I was on a meditation retreat actually. And so when I got the news, it was on my way home, and it was the best news. I cried, I sobbed. I mean, it was just an emotional day overall for me because I identify as queer, and so for me, having somebody in the Oval Office that is supportive of that meant a lot to me. And it just, I'm also a firm believer in feeling like the country will be united after some time goes by, but I think that we're on the right path. And yeah, I'm very, very excited.
It definitely, I think all of Saturday felt like a meditation retreat for me. So
Yeah.
I can only imagine how you felt leaving one and then getting that news. That was like double
Right.
meditation retreat.
Right.
Hey, so you're hosting the People's Choice Awards. I mean, obviously you've, performed at, high-pressure situations before, things like the, National Anthem at a Super Bowl or the Grammys. How do you feel about this one? Do you feeling any nerves at all, or is it just excitement?
I'm pretty excited. I don't feel like there is too much at stake. When it comes to the National Anthem at the Super Bowl, there's a little bit more pressure than hosting
Sure.
award show, just because if you mess up the lyrics, then people come after you as an American. So there's less pressure, but I'm looking forward to it, and I am still nervous. Don't get me wrong, hosting is not my first language, so to speak. So singing is. And if you have any tips, please let me know, because I know you've done a ton of hosting yourself, including this talk show. So.
Well, the only thing I'll tell you is just know that you will do far better at hosting than I would do singing the national anthem.
Okay,
Just keep that in mind at any point that you feel nervous at all. I think another thing that'll be nice, and in general, watching anything like this for people is, you mentioned the stakes. It will be, again, this is people choosing. We just had an election, which is also people choosing, but it'd be nice to watch people choosing something that doesn't seem to send us off in one direction over the other.
This is up to the people. And in fact, this is actually the award show that's always meant the most to me, because they are the ones that get to vote. They are the ones casting the decisions, and it's not up to some academy that, is political and whatever. It's like, this is up to the people. And that's what this year has been about, listening to the people. And finally, we're doing it again, but it's going to be less pressure and more fun.
I also want to talk about the fact that you were here in 2014, as I mentioned, and one thing we talked about is your belief in aliens and mermaids. And at the time, I think I sort of gave you a hard time. I gave you a hard time, but let me tell you something, Demi, that since 2014, so many crazy things have happened that if I came home and a mermaid was in my bathtub, it would still probably be the 15th craziest thing that happened since we last saw each other. So I just want you to know I'm not fully there yet, but I'm starting to come to your side of the argument.
All right, fine. Baby steps. I'll take it.
But we're still feeling strong. You're still very, very firmly in the alien mermaid camp.
I'm on a different level of that. Like, I have made contact. It is through meditation and consciousness. It is like, if you want to go deep, we can go deep. But I feel like that's going to take way more than this segment. So
well, you did. I mean, I don't want to go, I don't know. Obviously, we don't have a ton of time. But when you say contact during meditation, is it more likely, just tell us this, are you more likely to be contacted by an alien or a mermaid?
Well, it depends. Do you view mermaids as something completely separate than an extraterrestrial being?
You know what? I'm going to defer to you now. Are they the same?
They could be.
Yeah.
What we see mermaids as could be just an extraterrestrial species living underneath the water, which we haven't.
Oh my God. The aliens got to Demi's feet. This is a classic. Oh my God. You just got frozen because you were about to tell us some Area 51 and the government cut out your feed.
Area 51
can't believe
is
it.
called Yes.
Demi, it's always lovely to see you. I hope it won't be this long between your next visit. Have a great time hosting the People's Choice Awards, and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Seth.